So Google's China pain is likely Baidu's gain. That's according to Wall Street analysis of the Chinese search market. Let's go now to Sheila Dharmarajan for more on Baidu. Sheila?
Well, that's right, Scarlett. So with Google's potential exit from China, analysts think that Baidu, which is right now China's leading search engine, stands to benefit the most. Now, I want to talk about the lay of the land when it comes to internet search in China. Basically a duopoly with Baidu and Google dominating the market. You can see that Baidu is clearly the #1 player. In the third quarter of 2009, had about 64% of China's internet search market, compared to only about 30% for Google. And, the latter is also being made up by local players like Tencent and Alibaba, that little 5% there. So now with Google potentially out of the picture, analysts think that Baidu can start grabbing market share as quickly as this year. And in 2011, Bank of America Merrill Lynch thinks that Baidu's share of the market could spike up to 78%. So some big increases there, Scarlett. And the financial impact of that could also be quite big as well. In fact, RBC Capital Markets, they think that bottom line and top line could rise about 25% on the back of that big market share. Now, the stock, of course, is reacting quite well. In the after hours, it jumped about 3.5%. Analysts are already starting to price in all sorts of estimates rising and all sorts of price targets rising. And when you take a look at Baidu's stock performance over the past year, up 230% versus Google, which was up about 90%. So about triple what Google did. And, with this news, potentially a lot more room to go.
What about the smaller guys, those other local search engines you mentioned, like Tencent and Alibaba?
Well, analysts do think that the smaller Chinese players like Tencent and Alibaba also stand to pick up some share. In fact, James Mitchell, he's from Goldman Sachs, he thinks that it's actually in the interest of advertisers, consumers, and the government for another search engine to come out in addition to Baidu. He thinks that Tencent is actually one of the best placed search engines to become the Baidu alternative, and Alibaba also well placed to take some share too. So lots of good news for the Chinese local search engines there, Scarlett.